All right. So where we last left off, after the party came across a ambush on their way to the city of Oakenfell, the the party, especially Leopard in an angry rage, went towards a side path that led into a cave. Upon going into that cave, it was discovered that there was a small operation of cultists there, and a summoning of a demon was actually in process. The demon did get summoned, and after some combat, the cultists and the demon were defeated. Upon looking upon the remains, the group found a letter by what seemed to be a former resident of Oakenfell, explaining about what went on, the fact that people were going missing after the riot started, or after the riot, people started going attacking random people. Um, the guard was ordered to keep people in town; no one was allowed to leave, and that this person was trying to escape with the rest of their family. Um, though it appears that the escape attempt was not successful. uh, Upon going this, you went. You finally made the rest of the remaining travel time to Oakenfell, and it was disheartening for you, Jax, because the once luscious town was now decrepit and abandoned. It looks like. Upon going into town and investigating around, you found odd things of, for example, plates still having rotting food on it, um, being left out, thick layers of dust. People's personal effects were still in storage containers. The In one shop, John found a diary that towards the end of the diary, it looks like the person was starting to go mad. And upon investigating the outside of the town square, there was lots of signs of some brutal fighting going on in the area. Damages to the buildings, what looked to be possible blood stains. And around this time is when Jax got a familiar feeling, or a feeling of familiarity or uh, similarity down the street to what used to be a candy shop that that was well known for handing out free candy to children. And upon going in and checking out into the back room, a trap was detonated, which harmed a bunch of you and ended up causing the whole building to catch on flame.
Which was absolutely not my fault.
And upon leaving and kind of regrouping to evaluate the situation, John cast his hut to and Jack started to go into more of the details of what happened the night of the riot and his knowledge of what was going on. When all of a sudden the the tent itself started to uh disappear, and down the alleyway was a hooded figure with a staff that at the top there was a cat eye amber on the end of the staff. And upon a failed attempt to hit the spellcaster with an Eldritch Blast, the hood was knocked off, and it was revealed that this mysterious spellcaster is actually Dart, one of Jax's family members that has been missing. And that is where we pick up. So, the two Jax, you make eye contact with Dart, and there's just
I think this.
a sudden, just like what the hell is going on between both of your faces. But the rest of you just saw Jax like shoot an attack at this guy. And, but he specifically called out to Jax after the failed attack.
What did he say again?
I think he said, don't remember exactly, but it's like, is that you, Jax?
Is that you, Dart?
Let's see.
Like, you're supposed to. You were dead.
You?
Wait, did you say you were dead?
Me or him?
You.
No, I'm not dead.
No, did you say that he was supposed to be dead?
Yeah, I thought he was dead.
Upon hearing that, I'm going to get into a defensive stance.
Well, supposedly to everybody, we're all dead.
So we're. Is everyone still alive? What's Why?
As he kind of takes a look around real quick, and all you start hearing mass footsteps in the distance coming in. Not necessarily at a fast pace, but it's more of a loud volume of people coming in. It's like, okay, I know this is weird. We can discuss things later. We need to get out of here right now.
Where do you suggest we go?
We need to go to the outskirts of town, like back into the forest, because this explosion caused too much attention, more than I thought. And I'll explain everything once we get there. I have a little hideout outside of town.
I'm gonna turn around and start running to the forest.
Deal.
ASAP.
So the
Lead
quickest
the
way.
way.
Okay, so he's actually gonna run out to the alley, and then y'all begin running more towards the east side of town, the opposite of where you originally came from.
Okay.
And because all the noise and the footprints and stuff you were hearing was coming from like the central area of town, where the town square was.
The big tree, right?
Yeah. So y'all begin to run out, and then eventually you get out to the forest, and we go about. It's a long trip. Like it only took you maybe about like 10-15 minute walk or run to actually get to like the outskirts, but you take another like hour to go outside of town,
Dang.
like into the forest. And from there you actually find kind of a hill that it looks like Dart has made a little makeshift hut from it. Kind of like one half of it being the hill, the other half being like logs and foliage and stuff to cover up to make a little shelter. And then he goes there, kind of turns and looks. It's like, okay, we should be a far enough distance here.
Start explaining.
Okay. So, as you can see, I'm alive and well. You're alive and well as well.
Oh, I know I'm alive and well. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you are my brother.
And look, like, okay, then he actually takes off the robe he was wearing, and it is the form that you know of Dart, not in any other disguise. Like in his true changeling form.
Got it. Okay. So,
And it's like, would this help? And then he actually begins to change into a fairly familiar form of except the build's a little different, but it looks like as if it's a male version of Ava, which you and Dart used to play tricks on people by pretending to be Ava and Evan.
Okay, so it's you. Do you know what happened?
So that night, I pretty much, once we all got kind of split off and separated from each other.
We weren't separated. They slaughtered y'all. They killed everyone. There was no separation. There was just murder.
Are you sure? Because
There was fire. I
we
had to run. Yes. I saw everyone was dead. That's what I remember. That's what I remember.
Because there was the fire, yes, but from what happened, like once the people started coming in, we, you, me, and Leah started booking it. Or not, let me get the name. Luna. You, me, and Luna were able to separate from the rest of the family. But granted, we got all split onto different ways.
Is Luna alive?
I haven't seen Luna yet. But I mean, if she took the same approach that we did, I mean, after the riot happened, I grabbed what I could and left town. I only came back once I started hearing that everyone was dead and that um, people were banning travel to back to Oakenfell. So it felt like it was about time I came back to see what was going on. And when I arrived 2 weeks ago, it was in this manner. Or the town was like this.
And where did you get your staff?
It was in Father's old trophy room. Granted, it didn't have this amber eye on it.
Where did you find the amber eye?
It appeared after I had to use it in self-defense. And do you actually have your sword out right now?
Yes, because I as soon as
Okay.
we were attacked, I shot
Yeah.
him.
And then he kind of looks at, isn't that Father's sword as well from the same room? From his.
Yes, this is all that I was able to grab and run with.
And that, I see that one has an amber eye in it too.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew Father was sometimes into the crazy old stuff, but shit, what has he gotten us involved in?
That is a good question because I don't know what's happening anymore at this point.
And
I don't understand. I thought y'all were all dead this entire time.
so did I. And that's why I came back to investigate, but I unfortunately can confirm that Mom and Dad are dead. I'm not sure if you've been up to the remnants of the manor.
No,
But
when we arrived, it looked oddly put together, and it shouldn't have been.
well, and that's the interesting thing too, is when you get up close to it, it's not pristine anymore. I don't know why they're making it look on the outside great, but once you get past the entrance gates, the illusion falls.
So, who did this? Do you know where is everyone? Where are all the people?
I'm still trying to figure that out. I know I haven't figured out where all of them went, but the reason why we were running is that the first time I was here, I've actually met with Randall the owner of the candy store, and I tried to talk with him, but as soon as I approached him, he started attacking me, and I had to defend myself. And when he finally stopped, it was weird. I took closer look at him, and he appeared to have like a brand on the back of his neck.
What did the brand look like? Can you draw it in the ground, in the earth?
Yeah,
Do you have a copy of it?
he takes the end of his staff and starts drawing drawing it, and y'all immediately recognize it as the same symbol of the Void Sun. The
We've
the same
seen
pattern and everything that was on the cultist holy symbol.
we've seen a few people recently with the same symbol. I'm not too familiar with this. We're still looking into that. I'm not going to out
And
needle just yet that she knows more about it because even though I believe it's my brother, I'm still having doubts.
and I've caught a little bit. I've done some sneaking around to try and see, but it was weird that today there was no people because normally there are my past few investigations when I go into town. I've noticed that people are walking. There are people walking around, but it's like their body is there, but their mind is not.
When you killed Randall, however you want to put it, did his what happened to his body? Because didn't when we killed the cultists, they kind of like disappeared, right? Oh no, the symbols disappeared. Never mind.
Hmm.
Did his symbol stay after you killed him, or did it disappear?
No, it stayed. It was like a full burn scar. And so now that you mention it, I could have because I just left the body there and ran. Though on one of my patrols or one of my kind of going in taking a looks, could have sworn I saw him again.
Like a zombie version of him, like an undead version of him.
Maybe, or just the fact that because I didn't really try to finish him off or anything. I just once he started attacking me, I knocked him out of the way and ran. So I'm not sure if
So you
it's
didn't finish the
dead
job.
or yeah.
That's just like you.
He kind of like looks at it and is like, "Are we really gonna get into that now?"
I mean, it was literally one of the biggest lessons that Mom tried to teach us to finish it up, and look at you go.
Yeah, except when you kill
Leaving a
try
cultist who who possibly killed them. Did you even question him?
no.
You're supposed to be the smart one.
Well, you tried dealing with someone that you've grown up with and known your entire life, and then them starting to attack you all of a sudden.
You try to think your entire family has been murdered, and then suddenly you're in a little camp house, and then somebody turns it off, and out of fear, you shoot them, and it's your brother who's supposed to be dead who hasn't reached out to you once.
Ooh.
He kind of just looks down and is like, "Well, I didn't know you were gonna
Shots
go and try
fired.
and find my secret hideout there. There's a reason why it was booby trapped."
You admitted that you knew that myself and Luna got out of here. Why wouldn't I go back to the one place that I knew that was like a comfort? Also, who puts a bomb in a storage room?
Fair point. But
So all the people are part of this unusual brand that you showed us, like Randall.
I haven't gotten close enough to see, but they've all been acting the same way. The only other thing is that there's a few of them that usually in their little patrols, I tend to find ones that, while the others kind of don't even have like life in their eyes, there's usually one or two that have like a vibrant green glow in their eyes. So I don't know if like that's a control, like one in charge, or so like
Magic
if you
has never
treat
been my
that one as
strong suit.
that, like it
How
was
do
more of though I didn't want to get exposed or anything to. Yeah, find out as much as you can before you act on it.
Have you killed anybody with your staff?
No, but as he snaps his finger, like an orb of light appears in his hand. But ever since that night I picked up the staff, I mean, I've been able to do magic. Which, other than our normal parlor tricks and stuff, I never really had actual magic potential before. And I've kind of, the time that I was in Cordelia, I just was trying to figure out what this stuff was.
Wait. Are you the one who brought the things to the council?
What things?
Someone said other weapons with these cat eyes, these ambers from here. Why were you in
What?
Cordelia?
I was escaping this. After the riot, that was the closest place I went to. I figure if they're wanting the head of if they're wanting the family dead, time to get out of town.
I did the same.
And honestly, I kind of thought that y'all would have the same idea and we would meet there.
I went a little further.
But do you have a description of the person that brought the stuff? Or brought those items to the council?
I do. I believe it was the. It was a. Was it Khajiit or was it or not Khajiit? Was it a Tabaxi or was it a tiefling? I can't remember.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi, yeah. That's what I was thinking. But also there was some we talked about tiefling too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Tabaxi.
Okay.
I went back and double checked.
I haven't had a chance to
But-
re-listen.
So, any specific characteristics?
I honestly cannot remember. Do you have any notes on it?
Because
Do y'all remember?
I did catch a glance of something the night of the riot. That's one of the reasons I came back too. So,
What did you see?
well, because Orin Vandal, who is the head of the Vandal family, he was leading the actual riot, and not like, oh, he's the mastermind behind it. He was actually in the riot. And the last time we saw him was when Father did his courtesy check on his rival when he was on his deathbed. But he was just walking around just fine. And the other figure that caught my eye was just a hooded figure, but I noticed that there were feline features on the face, but I haven't gotten a good look. So something is telling me that it kind of sits there and ponders. So obviously it has to be something with this hooded figure, but I don't know what I still haven't figured out what they wanted. Most of the time, Orin doesn't even come out of the manor. Haven't seen this hooded figure. And speaking of which, I haven't even seen the rest of the Vandel family. That was actually going to be the next place I was going to take a look at, was to see if there was any clues there. But
Do we know are they still here? Have you seen any of them other than going to their house?
I haven't seen any of them. That's why that was actually going to be what I do today. But then an explosion happened. Partially my fault.
Mostly your fault.
You're
But,
the one who set up that bomb?
mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, when you're sneaking around town and everyone in the town wants you for dead, the last time that they saw you, usually best to make sure that you're alerted when someone goes sneaking around. Stuff that you tend to use as a hideout.
Yes, but you almost killed all of us.
But I
Some
didn't.
of us.
The important people almost died.
Yeah.
But I say, let's rest up here and then we can go back in the town under cover of night. That should allow things to calm down some. I noticed other than initial reactions, I've caused like loud disturbances and stuff, and they tend to only follow where the noise is. But
Interesting.
yeah, I haven't seen the cloaked figure or Orin since the night of the attack. And I know that our manor is the outside is an illusion, which I don't know why they need to keep that appearance up if no one's in town. Just all of this is kind of throwing me off.
Have you been to the house?
Just on the outskirts, I was able to get close enough to tell that it was an illusion, but I actually haven't been in our house yet.
I hate the thought that they are living in our house.
Me too. It's like I never understood Father's hate for them, but after all this, I see why. If they're willing to do this stuff.
Well,
At this point, he actually kind of like drops everything, just comes up and actually gives you like a big hug. And
I just
sorry.
pat him like twice on the shoulder, like, okay. I don't do hugs.
You can do hugs just this once.
Group hug.
Oh no.
Leopard picks them both up.
He kind of looks around, like, oh.
This is Leopard. Leopard.
Hello.
This is my brother, who apparently is not dead.
Nice to meet you. We're the heroes of Saltmarsh.
Wow. So it seems like you've been busy yourself.
A little bit. I've made some friends.
Quite a colorful cast, I see.
This is Leopard. This is John, Needle, the quiet one. That's Tormund.
Well, very nice to meet you all. Thank you for taking care of my brother.
I have a question for you,
Mm-hmm.
and indulge me. Ever since having your staff, has anything odd happened? Before or after the cat eye appeared? Other than your magic. Which
That's the one of the only things. Once the amber appeared, though, and it kind of looks around our. Are they good? Are they? Do you trust them with this shit?
they know a lot. I trust them.
What do we know?
Everything.
Well, I started having dreams. Of it seemed like some kind of force was trying to communicate with me. And at first I resisted. I didn't really go much into it. But then it started kind of digging and started appearing to me in what was nightmares. It showed it would appear to me and talk to me as if in the shape of mom and dad, in the shape of everyone else. And it was almost like taunting me into revenge and vengeance. And one night I decided to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the cat eye appeared.
Mm-hmm.
And since then I've been able to cast stronger magics. But no other messages have been told, and I really haven't gotten, not until it was actually weird. I got a familiar, something was telling me to go check out the candy shop. Like a sense of familiarity. And that's when, on my way there, that's when the explosion happened, and that's when I found you.
Interesting. I had a similar feeling towards the candy shop, which is why I went there. And you tried to blow me up.
But, and now, like, he's kind of staring at his staff and looking down at your sword, and it's like, so I don't know if, did we pick up a curse or something, or did, are
I
these
don't think.
items cursed, or,
Absolutely not. They are here to help. Mine is. I don't know about yours.
hmm, well, let's hope that they both can be used for our purposes.
Do you
And
do you mind if I take a look at your staff?
no, go ahead.
I
And he
want.
hands it to you.
I will hold it. Before I hold it, am I getting that headache ping at all from it?
No, actually, you're not.
So I will.
And in fact, it's actually quite the opposite. It feels like you're like almost when you begin to like, reach for it, it's almost gives you kind of internal feeling of like a warming embrace.
I will grab it.
Okay. And as you do, it's a fairly reasonably sized staff. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but I mean, then again, your sword wasn't too fancy to start off with in the beginning. Not until you started actually doing some work with it. But it's just this, you, even though you're just holding a random item, for some reason you feel as, it feels like as if you're being welcomed home. Like the warmth of like your family coming around, welcoming everyone, welcoming you back and stuff. It somehow portrays that feeling just by holding this staff.
This is a interesting staff. And you said there's nothing special about it, just a normal staff to you?
Yeah. Other than the amber showing up when it did and enhancing my magic capabilities, just it was just one of the random items I grabbed in Father's trophy room and ran.
I feel like your staff and my sword are possibly part of a set. They belong together. It feels, I don't know how to describe it. I feel warm while holding them both. Would you like to try?
Sure. And you give him back his staff, and as you kind of reach out his sword, or your sword, sometimes in the past, like, you never really went, you always had the feeling of like, I should not give this away and stuff, and especially after reacting to, or seeing how John felt when you tried to hand him the sword. But this time, like, you don't feel any like internal resistance to giving it to your brother. And as he kind of grabs on and looks at it and kind of looking at the sword and looks back at you, it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I feel this like comforting holding this. That's kind of weird.
Do you remember if Dad had any other, what else he had in that room?
Let me try and think. He hands you back the sword, and then he actually kind of reaches into his robe and pulls out a book and starts kind of flipping through it. Let's see. Okay. So, as he's kind of looking for it, it's like, okay. So, he had this staff, he had that sword. The two things I was able to kind of remember when this kind of started happening. He had what looked to be a bracer of some kind. A silver bracer. And let's see. Also a dagger. What looked to be a ceremonial dagger. But other than that, I can't really remember the rest of the stuff that's in there. Or that was in there. But I know Father always liked the more ceremonial weapons and stuff as he collected, and but you said the person presented items to the council. What type of items?
There was a dagger. I don't remember if there was a bracer. I just remember the dagger. It did not feel right.
Hmm. maybe it's the same, or maybe it's been tampered with. Then, I mean, if they can get the hooded figure and Warren were able to organize this whole riot and stuff, and all this stuff is their result. No telling what they're capable of.
It's true.
That may be one of the things we may want to check out once we get in there, though. See what's all there. If we actually go into our home.
I look at the group. Would y'all be okay with clearing another house?
Well, as long as we don't
Yeah.
blow up.
Did you plan any more surprises?
Only one or two more, but not where we're going.
We should be good.
Let's go.
Well, while we're here, I guess while this is all going on, if y'all want to take a short rest, we'll count this as a short rest as this whole conversation, everything's going on.
I'd very much enjoy
Okay.
a short
I'm
rest.
still good from a long rest because I didn't get blown up.
Shut up. um, wait, it didn't. Oh, does it not automatically roll the dice?
It should.
Well, you have to click when you click the little hit dice. There's a little box, and you have to click it.
Yeah, I checked one off, and I didn't get any. I didn't get any update.
Did you click the little box underneath it?
So I clicked.
Like when you.
I clicked short rest. I clicked one of the squares, and then I clicked take short rest, and then I clicked confirm.
So when you click you'll have to reset it, but when you click the boxes, another little box should show up underneath it, and then after you select them, and then you roll that, and then you do it.
There. Okay, I didn't see that one. Okay, cool. So I'll roll. There we go. Well, I didn't. Okay. So I will. Is it auto? Okay, it does auto heal. Cool. So I'm gonna turn off. Okay, cool. So I used 2 of mine because I didn't know what I was doing. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I fucked it up the first time and I only clicked 1, but I just checked off another and took the 3 health. So max.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had to check 3 boxes, just use 2 because the first time I didn't do it right.
Yeah. You can click reset and then do it after that, but that's whatever works.
All right, so y'all take that and y'all wait until it goes down to. It's starting to now actually get dark, and normally around this time, Jack's growing up here. Around this time is normally when the town starts lighting the lanterns and stuff to get ready for night. But for once, this area is pitch black. And but so for or it's starting to get dark so on the approach, but you notice that like as you're getting closer and closer to town, it's getting darker and darker and no lights are being lit. And so probably for the first bit of the
So are we gonna
journey
need
when you're
light?
in so in the first bit of the town, it's gonna be considered low light. But pretty quickly it's gonna get dark. Which
I believe I have dark vision unless I took that off.
'Cause I don't have dark
I can
vision.
cast Burning Hands, and it's like I hold a flame and it creates light.
Yeah, I have dark vision for 120.
if we're sneaking around, we might not want to
This
make a
Torm.
light.
Okay.
Wait, don't we have a little the bullseye lantern? Or did we give that away completely? No, we gave it away completely. We had a little lantern for a bit.
Well, I don't. I think.
I think we just gave it away. Yeah, I don't see. We have torches, but do we want to light a torch?
Well, we're sneaking around,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could make like a little ball of light, but
Could we sneak, if we sneak slowly and it helped each other, would that help? Or is this going to be always disadvantage for the people who can't see?
So who cannot see? Tormund has dark vision. Y'all have dark. All three of y'all have dark vision.
I do.
yeah.
And
do.
So
Dart
I'm the
has-
only one that doesn't.
So we'll just surround him.
Dart, can you see in the dark yet?
Yeah.
Because I'm just saying, the 450-pound turtle doesn't have dark vision. We need to make sure I don't bump into anything.
The rest of us can help guide you.
Okay.
John, or not John, Eric, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll just go carefully in guiding our little turtle friend here.
Okay. Well, the main thing is like so. It will affect your stealth. It will affect like any perception checks made.
Oh, okay. Well,
So-
you just keep your eyes closed.
Yeah, because obviously like when it's dark outside, your eyes will
I'm-
adjust a little bit, but
Yeah.
I'm more worried about a clumsy turtle.
A
clumsy turtle.
clumsy?
but
Clumsy.
These clumsy
Fine.
turtles.
okay, but so as y'all begin to actually get out of the woods and start to actually head into town, everyone make a stealth check.
Okay, never mind. It's a 7. I thought it was a 1.
It's a 10 at least.
Oh, and Kate, did you roll for Tormund or do I forgot?
Oh, I can't. Hold on. I gotta roll a d20. Is it a d20? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know his modifier. Hold on. I forgot I was rolling for him. His stealth is +1.
Okay, 12.
Still
Oh,
better.
hold on. I guess I should. Oh, I can't even roll a dice on his page.
Oh.
I'd have to roll it as like on my Leopard page.
Here, I'll do the rolls. I'll let you determine what he does, but
I'll tell you the modifiers. Just roll what you need to roll.
well, here I can just click this and then
Oh,
but he has a disadvantage because of his armor, so it's a 12. Okay. But so while the rest of you are kind of able to sneak in, Leopard and Torment are kind of having a little bit of trouble. Leopard mainly has trouble bumping into things that.
I'm help guiding Leopard.
But as you're going through it's weird because the fire's actually already died down for it being only like an hour since, or like essentially 2, 3 hours since y'all were last here. The fire is already out, but you can see cinders and you smell the burning, like old burning wood. But as you keep going in, because the Vandel Manor is on the north side of town. So there's two paths that you can take as you're going into town. You can either hug the gate, the central manor walls and go up north that way to get there, or the longer route would be to actually cut through the middle of town and go around. But you do not have to get close to the central manor at all.
Dart, how
And-
close have you ever
Yes.
gotten to the house, to the manor?
just inside the entrance gate, and I prefer going the long ways. Just more places to hide.
What do y'all prefer?
And
Whatever he says, he knows best, I think.
Yeah.
We'll follow you. Long way it is.
okay. So, and y'all able to keep up at a certain pace. Um, y'all able to cut through the middle of town just fine. And as you begin to go north, it's smaller than the manor in the middle, but once you get to the north side of town, you see the competitor's house. And um, this one does not seem to be touched at all. Sure, it's dirty, but not any of like the damage that occurred like in the main square of town.
Interesting. Are there any lights on or anything like that?
There are no lights, and by now, getting through town, it's now pitch black. So for anyone who doesn't have dark vision, uh, they would get disadvantage on stealth, not stealth, on perception checks.
Okay.
But also for up to the certain distance. Hmm.
Well, does
so
somebody
as
want to check it out and get a little closer?
I actually can help out with that a little bit if one person wants to go with me.
I can detect traps. That's helpful.
That actually may be helpful, especially.
Needle, do you mind going with him?
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. And so as y'all are kind of
Try
right
anything
now,
funny
you're on
though.
As that's walking by, I just look at her. Be careful. I don't 100% trust him just yet. I'm still not sure. He's supposed to be dead. I believe him, but this is too weird.
Yeah,
So
I got
y'all
you.
are on the outside of the gate, and he nuts you, Needle, and and then he actually holds out his hand. It's like, may I?
Kind of eye it a little weird and give it a squinty eye, and I go ahead without taking his hand.
Okay, and then he holds his staff. The staff begins to glow slightly, and all of a sudden, uh, the rest of the party, you no longer see them.
Oh, shit.
And Needle, as you're like you blink for a second, and then you don't see him, but you still feel his hand, like your hand in his hand, and then you look down and you don't see yourself at all.
Ooh, we're invisible.
And then he lets go of your hand. It's like, okay, this should help us get in, or at least not be spotted by anything.
Mutter
So,
under my breath, like, pretty sneaky. I'm a cat. I can get in without this. I don't need your help.
hey, I just don't want to be caught here. So
So for find traps spell, when do I actually cast it? Like, do I stand somewhere and cast it out?
let
It's
me
like a
take a
120
look.
foot radius range. Like, does it travel with me as if I move?
Let me take a look at it real quick. Okay, so you sense so the trap has to be within line of sight.
Okay.
Let's see, a trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything.
Be right back.
So let's see. So it tells you
Main
that a
question
trap
is
is
like,
present. It doesn't tell you the location of each trap, but you do know the general nature posed by the trap.
okay. So I guess my main question is like, can I cast it and then as I move and I get new line of sight, I have to cast it again and like
Yes.
stop each time? Okay.
That would be the case because it's an instantaneous effect
Okay.
of knowing there's a trap.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
Yeah. Though I guess let's see. I guess before he turns you invisible, he asks you if there's anything you need to do to prep because once he activates it, uh any like spell casting or anything will result in the invisibility going away.
Oh.
So I guess would you like to cast that first before for the main doorway?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the room that we just entered.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you go in, it opens up into a kind of grand hallway. There is a staircase leading up and two hallways, one to your left and one to your right. And upon and so you cast it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit cast.
So you do not sense any traps
Okay.
in this
Cool.
area. And Dart, now that with you cast that, I was like, okay, now we'll do that, and then
Invisibility. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, invisibility. He's going to, let's see. So, do you want to split up, stay together?
Let's stay together.
Okay. Well, normally, if it's anything like the other layouts or these other, well, or no, actually, what am I saying? The office of the family is to the left of this hallway. But if we're wanting to go for um more like actual like bedrooms and stuff, that's upstairs. The right is like the kitchen and the serving quarters.
Okay. Well, I don't think we need to go to the kitchen or serving quarters, right?
Nah.
Should we check the office first?
Let's do that then. Y'all
I'll
begin
follow
walking
you.
that way. Well, and the thing is, you can't see him, so you're just hearing him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then go ahead and make a new stealth check with advantage.
Do I roll with advantage again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, got it. Never mind. Found it.
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
right click and
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So, and as you're looking around, it doesn't seem it. It's kind of weird because all the other buildings you saw were in such disarray, but this one looks like as if it was, other than the dust, there's not any damage in here. So it has like paintings on the wall, um, little like art pieces like vases and stuff sitting on shelves, but it's nothing like it's nothing at all like how it was in the town square. And as you get to the what looks to be the office, um, yeah, so kind of, well, you can't really see it, but yes, do you have any experience with locks or anything like that, or unfortunately, I'm not.
Hell yeah, I do.
All right, and he'll kind of step back. It's like it would be kind of silly if he left the door unlocked, would be my guess. But would you mind checking?
Sure. So what is that? Is that a check?
That would be a dexterity check.
Next.
Trying to remember if you have proficient expertise with thieves' tools.
I mean, I guess that's up to you, because I remember I changed my character from a thief to a druid.
Let me look
So
at your character
I
sheet.
guess that's kind of up to you. If you
Well,
want me
because
to
you still
keep
have
mine.
proficiency, it just if you had expertise, you would get like double a bonus. Let me just double check your character real quick. Yeah, because you're still proficient, if I remember correctly. Okay, come on.
I want to say, like, in my inventory, I still had thieves' tools.
Hmm.
If that makes a difference.
I guess the main thing is on the left side of the screen where it says tools, does it have thieves' tools right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then just make a sleight of hand check. Or are you
Okay.
proficient? Are you proficient with sleight of hand?
Do you mean like what's my bonus, or?
Like the little circle next to sleight of hand, is that
Oh,
filled in?
no.
Okay, then just make a straight dexterity check.
Okay. Ah, sad.
Okay.
Damn.
So
Mm.
so as you go to kind of pick the
Uh-oh.
up, you
A little
keep
rusty.
fumbling your tools, and it's kind of sitting there, and then eventually while you're doing that, he just tries and it's like, oh, looks like it's unlocked. That's
Nice.
How embarrassing.
but as you go
Womp
in,
womp.
it looks like this guy was fairly well off because there's a nice big desk in the middle. There's some chairs in there, bookshelves lined with an assortment of stuff, but everything is in pristine order here except for the layer of dust on it. But everything else looks fine. And as he begins kind of looking around, uh, it's like, I would check the desk. Keep a lookout for any like strange documents or anything with lumbering or lumber shipments, stuff like that. That's going to be more of what his business was, but anything occultish, uh, also medical expenses or treatments, like doctor's notes or something. Check those as well.
Okay.
And
Start
then
rummaging
he's going
around
to
on the
start
desk.
looking over at the bookshelf and kind of scanning through those, see what's all in there.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll rummage around through some papers.
make an investigation check. Okay.
10.
So surprisingly, there's nothing on his desk. So you're mainly kind of like pulling through drawers, and you find a big blue book. And as you open up, it appears to be a ledger going through like shipment amounts of this much lumber to this company, this much lumber to that company. Um, upon looking through it, nothing really out of the ordinary in here. Um, and upon uh you kind of looking at that stuff, you turn to see him, and it's funny because there's like a book just floating in midair, and he's kind of skimming through it, and it's like putting it back up on the shelf, skimming through it. It's like, I got nothing here. Any luck with the desk?
Nope. Or, well, I got this ledger.
Mind if I take a
I
look?
don't know, that might be. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. and starts.
I like hold it out and like span side to side because I don't know where he
Yep.
is.
Yep. So he starts flipping through the pages. Like, okay, it looks like this was a catalog, and well, the interesting thing of note of this is it stops doing entries about a month before the riot happened, and this was about the time that he started falling ill. So that would explain the large amount of dust and just not in here. It seems like no one's been in here or recorded anything since he got ill. So looks like our next step is upstairs.
All right.
Okay, and sets the book down, and he actually puts the ledger back in the drawer. And you start hearing the footsteps as he's walking out.
I'll walk out too.
Okay. And he actually waits for you to walk out and then closes the door. And begins to proceed. It's like okay, if I remember correctly, once we get up there, the kids' rooms were all on the left, while the
All right.
the master was on the right.
All
So
right.
so you go up the stairs, and once again, just the hallway splits to left or right. So it's like, you want to check out the master first, or the kids' rooms?
Let's do the master.
Okay. Begins to go over there, and this time he actually tries the door first and realizes it's unlocked, so he slowly creaks it open, and there is a immediate foul scent
Ooh.
as he opens it. And like as he's doing that, and the smell, you hear him rustling and grabbing something.
He is?
Yeah.
Ugh. What are you doing?
And, well, it smells bad, so I would suggest getting ready for something. And then he begins opening the door wider and begins to step in. And the smell is atrocious. And as you begin to step in the room, there is a blood trail completely there's a pile on one side of the bed that you actually see. There is a large puddle of blood, and the trail goes all the way to the other side of the bed that you can't see.
Ugh. Okay, maybe I'll do my find traps spell again.
Okay.
Or is this more of like a... Would that detect somebody that's hiding?
No, it would only detect like an actual trap that is meant to cause
Mm.
harm or cause an alarm or something.
Can I do like a perception check or something
Mm-hmm.
to try to see if there's someone in the room?
Yeah.
Like a living presence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perception. Nice.
So from your position, it looks like the trail that leads to the other side of the bed from the puddle is reasonable to believe like the motion of like dragging.
Ugh.
Like, so something happened on the puddle of blood, and then whatever caused it was dragged to the other side.
Okay.
but you can easily walk over there. There's nothing that really stands. Well, other than the bedroom being like nicely furnished and stuff, but from this angle, kind of just looking around, nothing too out of the ordinary except for the obvious.
Okay.
And
then we'll enter the room slowly.
okay. And you start hearing creaks of footsteps as it sounds like Dart's going further in the room. And you end up hearing him say, it's like, well, it looks like we found Oren's first victims. And he begins you hear the footsteps more frantic now, kind of looking that go. He actually walks past you and begins searching the other room. Or like the footsteps start going towards the other rooms.
Okay. Is there anything else to be seen in the master?
So, are you walking to the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as you go to the other side, you find the smell of the source. A older woman in what used to be white pajamas, now coated in red, and whose body has been clearly rotting here for some time. As you're kind of taking a look around with that perception check earlier, you do notice that it looks like rather than being dragged, she crawled over here. And her hand is reaching, seems to be reaching towards the nightstand.
I'm gonna check the nightstand.
Okay. Make a investigation check. Okay, so you're looking around, kind of fiddling with it. You pull the drawers open. Nothing really of interest here.
Okay.
When you pull out the second drawer, same thing. Nothing of real interest.
All right. Is there anything else in the room?
Other than if you go through, you can open up some of the closets and stuff to find some fine clothing that appears the moss has already started to eat into them. But otherwise, no, not a whole lot up here.
Okay. I'm gonna get out pretty quick because the smell's getting to me.
Okay. And yeah, as you get out and kind of look at the stairways, Dart has already opened up. The doors to the kids' room are all opened up, and you actually notice that the smell is even worse now.
Ugh. I'm gonna whisper, Dart, where are you? Where'd you go?
I'm over here.
I try to follow the sound.
Well, he starts to go. He actually like has the footsteps. You start hearing the footsteps come up to you. It's like, well,
Okay.
so it appears his family were the first victims.
Are you okay?
I knew my father hated this guy. I thought it was just business, but now I'm starting to wonder if there was more reasoning to his hate.
Is there anywhere else you wanted to check? This place is disgusting. No offense.
Let's. I mean, none taken. I wonder. Because usually, I mean, I know our family has one. There's usually some sort of treasury or something around. Just maybe trying to see if, with all this occult shit, that. Trying to think of where. Let's see. Maybe down here, and he starts walking down And
gonna follow him.
it's like let's head to the kitchen
Okay.
and go in there. Nothing out of the ordinary, but um, like you think you go into the kitchen, but he actually once you get to the entrance of the kitchen, you start walking in, but then you actually run into him and he stops. It's like
Oof. Sorry.
I wonder. And
What's up?
there's a candlestick right next to the door frame. Let's see, is he as easy to predict as my father? And he pulls the candlestick out, and then with that, a trap door opens in the hallway.
Ooh, nice.
So he was more like my father than I thought.
You think it could be booby trapped?
I would say once we get down there, probably be best to be wary because rich people like to hide their paranoid shit. All right. So, as you begin to descend, uh, about halfway down the stairs, the spell actually fades away, and it's like, guess we were in here longer than I thought, but at least we got the worst of it out. Okay, so you begin to, I guess, do you want to lead or do you want him to lead?
I'll let him lead until we get down to.
Okay.
I'm guessing it opens into a room.
Yeah, it does open straight into a room,
Okay.
and it actually is it goes to kind of a staging area room almost, but then there is a large door. Like,
Should I check? I'm gonna ask Dart. Should I check this room for traps?
yep, I would definitely think so. Because
Alright.
nothing screams trap than a big door.
Okay. I cast the spell.
Okay. There is indeed a trap nearby.
Can I tell like which side of the room it's on
Let me see.
so we can avoid it?
Nope, it does not. It it is a. Let's see. So all you know is that there's a trap in this room, or in your line of sight. So there's if you're looking at the door,
Mm-hmm.
there's a trap in that direction. You do not know where the trap is, but you do know that there is a harmful nature to the trap.
Okay. I'm gonna share that information with Dart, and then can we do like a perception check to get some more information?
Here, I before we go in there, let me try something. And he kind of takes out his staff and holds it to uh his face and kind of sits there, opens his eyes. It's like, okay, well the good news is that it is not a magical trap.
Okay, so we can probably
So
avoid it.
so
Some.
whatever it is, it's gonna be mechanical.
Okay.
But I am getting a big magical sense behind the door.
Oof. Okay.
So once we get it open, we will want to be careful of that. Okay. So y'all
Um.
proceed.
So is it
Go.
worth doing a perception check, like on the floor or something, looking for
Yeah,
any
you can
kind
go ahead
of?
and do that.
Okay.
Yep. And as you've been in kind of some of these situations before, and you're kind of looking around. Nothing like odd floor plates out of place. You don't really see any triggers or what you've
Okay.
been familiarized as triggers down there, just in the walkway or on the walls.
So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, guess the question is, how confident are you in getting the trap on the door? If that's where it's at.
I don't know. Should we go get the rest of the party and then try to open it?
What? Let me check something. Do. Um, I may have something. Let me check. And he actually kind of goes down and he tries to see if he can look through the peephole where the key would go in.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like down, kneeling, trying to stick his head to where he can see. It's like, nope, it's blocked on this side. I can't see through it. If that was the case, I could try to get on the other side, but I have to have a line of sight or else it's very dangerous.
Is there a crack underneath the door? Or are there any cracks in the door?
No, there are no cracks in the frame.
Okay. Hmm. Could I summon my bird on the opposite side of the door? Or she has to be in line of
You have to
sight,
be in
doesn't
line
she?
of sight.
Okay.
Well, actually, I have another idea, except we'll want to get back up towards the entrance of the trapdoor.
Okay.
And so you'll walk back up there. He kind of summons his hand, like waves his fingers around, and then all of a sudden, like a ghostly hand appears, and it starts kind of floating down. So I guess we'll be able to figure out if it's locked, but I guess this is the last resort because if it is trapped and explodes, they'll probably destroy whatever back there. So
Go for it.
okay, and he turns the handle with the hand, and nothing happens. Like,
So it is
well,
locked.
it is locked.
Hmm.
You know, I didn't. Did you
Could I
check to see
use...
if the wife had anything on her?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Maybe. I thought that position was kind of weird. And again, it's like, keep watch here. I'll go back up there.
Okay.
And he runs up there. In the meantime, what are the rest of y'all wanting to do? So far, it's been about an hour that they've been in there.
I should take up my rug and recharge my static electricity.
And I would say during this time, y'all came into the inside of the gated house, so that you're actually inside, able to like take cover behind the gate, so you're not just standing out on
Okay.
in the
I'll
walkway.
start shuffling my feet on the rug after I take off my shoes.
Okay.
I guess I'll just be like chilling.
Yeah, I think we're just kind of like I'm just pacing back and forth, waiting for them to get back, make sure that they're okay.
Okay.
Because there's not really anything for us to like look around, is there?
So you should be keeping watch.
Yeah, you could keep watch. You could. I mean,
I
nothing's
probably
stopping you
shouldn't. I
from
can't
going.
see very far.
Nothing's stopping you from going and exploring around if you wanted to.
I don't know. Should we? As I'm shuffling my feet, I turn to look. I don't know. Should we just stay here and watch the front, or do you guys want to look around?
I would love to look around, but
You can't see very well, though, can you?
who said that?
I think it was Tormund.
No, I'm just gonna chill where we're at, I guess. Unless y'all think we should split up and.
I don't know. I'd kind of like
That
to be
doesn't-
ready in case something goes south, like the building blows up again. So maybe we should wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. If something goes wrong, I don't want to be too far away exploring and have to run back. But I do want to keep an eye out to see if I notice any like the townspeople. I guess like if we notice any like because he said they're kind of creepy, so maybe they're like if they're doing rounds or anything like that. Basically, kind of keeping an eye out for any movement or people and people in general because there's probably not going to be.
Okay, make a perception check then.
18.
Okay, yep. So during this hour, you're keeping an eye out. Nothing really catches your eye about them going around. Because either they don't explore that area or just within this past hour, they have not seen anybody come by.
Cool.
Okay.
And I'll continue my eye out and just watching John charge up his rug.
Meanwhile,
Can I check in with my sword and ask and see if the staff is any part of him?
Yep.
Like
I guess how do you do so?
The way I normally do is kind of like sit, meditate, and like focus on him while holding on to him. Just kind of checking in with him, be like, hey, what, like checking in especially because of the feeling I got when I held the other one. It wasn't like a negative feeling. It was like the pieces went together. See if he's formed a deal with my brother as well, and if so, like, okay.
So as you kind of sit there, meditate. And let's see. When you're asking those questions, you don't get a reply of words, but you get a feeling of like camaraderie.
Got it.
Oh, do we lose someone?
Nope.
Oh, we lost. There she is.
Turns out there was an explosion. She's gone. She's dead.
No!
I was about to say, no, we gotta get inside now.
It blew
Sorry.
up.
But there is the response to the question is a feeling of camaraderie.
Okay. Good enough for me. That's all I'm doing while she's doing this.
Meanwhile, at the
So while
Hall
I'm
of
waiting-
Heroes.
Well, while
Meanwhile,
I'm waiting
at the
for
Hall of
Dart
Heroes.
to get back, can I like check to see if there's any cracks around the door? Because if there are, then I can summon a spider and send a spider through to the other side.
Looking around, there don't seem to be any cracks. It seems like in any true vault, it's meant to be sealed.
Damn. Okay. Never mind.
So, and shortly while you're looking around, and stuff, it's like you hear footsteps, and Dark comes back and is like, "Okay, I found this on her," and it's like a kind of like a basic key, but it has like a ruby in like the key ring area of it. It's
Oh,
like,
fancy.
and
Be my guest, sir.
and it seems to have some magic with it, so I'd say let's back up. And then
I'm gonna
he's
go
actually
like all
gonna,
the way to the back.
yeah, and he's gonna cast his hand, and he's gonna hold up the key to the hand. The hand's gonna take it and go down. All right, here we go. The key turns. Wait a few seconds.
The suspense. I'm gonna be like
Okay.
crouching down, like covering my face.
All right, let's try this, and let's go. And he has the hand start pulling at the door. And you said it was trapped, right?
Yeah, well, there's a trap in here. I guess I don't really know if it's the door specifically.
Maybe it's right behind the door, so maybe we want to take a look. Careful with that.
Okay.
Okay, but otherwise he was able to crack the door open a little bit, but not too much. So you go down and make a investigation check.
16.
What does she say?
So you do actually, because he only opened it up a little bit, and now you have a line of sight onto the other side, you do see indeed that there is a trap that is hooked up to when the door is opened wider. That there is a pressure block that once so much pressure is when there's once enough pressure is alleviated, it releases a mechanism up into into what looks to be a giant box at the top of the door frame that you can assume is the explosive device.
Oh, okay. Dart, stop! Don't open the door anymore. There's a trap.
And the hand goes.
So is it like opened enough that like one of us can sneak inside, all skinny like?
It's not open. It's open enough for you to see it, but you would
Okay.
but not enough for you to like stick your hand in.
Okay. So now I can summon my spider.
Mhm.
Right? Yes. Nailed it.
Well, what would you have the are you talking about transforming into a spider, or are you talking about actually summoning a spider?
I guess I could do either, can I? If I do it as an action, and use the wild shape,
Mm-hmm.
is that doesn't that's not a spell, right? It's just
Yeah, that's
one of
not a
these.
spell. That just means you can't summon your bird as often.
Okay.
Because you're summoning your bird uses that same skill.
Okay. So then if you're okay with saying that I have seen I don't know, let's say a lizard.
Yeah,
Twice
lizard, or
before.
you've seen spiders before, so you can
Okay.
train.
I think I'm gonna do
Okay.
a lizard so that I have some more strength for this explosive device.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll
Okay, so
transform into a lizard
okay,
and
so you
sneak
transform
through
just
there.
into a lizard, and you are now able to fit between the gap.
Sweet. So I'll scurry up to the explosive and see if I can't disarm the trap.
Okay. So you don't have access. You don't have your thieves' tools because you are a lizard.
Right. Damn.
But
Mini
you
thieves
now,
tools? No?
but you now are on the other side of the door. So now you can get. Now you actually see a clear picture. So the way. So the way to you would either need to make it so that the door stays, the pressure mechanism is disabled and cannot properly re- release. So it needs to, you need to find a way to either dismantle the spring or something so it's always pressured. You can try to do something with the cable or the string that's kind of serving as a trigger mechanism, or you can try to actually disarm the trigger mechanism on the actual explosive device.
I think I'll try the string. The triggering string.
Okay. So you want
See
to.
if I can like untie it or
Okay.
somehow.
So it is thread to specifically the internal of the device. So the only way to mess with the string would be like to cut it, or you would need something to prevent it from the string pulling.
We can just cut it. So it's loose now, and when it gets taut, the trap goes off. Is that correct? Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. So we can just cut it.
Okay.
I'll bite it.
Nom,
My
nom,
lizard
nom.
teeth.
Okay. I don't. Do lizard have teeth? I guess it depends on. I'm thinking like little gecko. I'm not.
Yeah. I guess it depends on
but
what kind of lizard.
or if you wanted to, you could transform back and cut it with your knife. That works too.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say she's already on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. Yep. So you are able to cut it, and the string is slack, permanently slack now.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper through the door to Dart. It's okay. I think you can come in now. I think you're safe.
You sure?
No.
Well, here we go. And he's
Oh
gonna
God.
slowly start opening the door, and as he does this, you hear tink,
Oh no.
Shit.
but nothing happens because it is not
'Cause
connected to
I've
the string.
got the string. Boom.
Whoop,
No,
whoop.
that's not what you heard.
Nailed it.
Boom.
Oh.
You
all
did not
right,
hear
no.
boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Guys, you see on the outside as the mansion erupts in flame. No, but yeah. So now you're able to. It's like, good work.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see what is in here. And as you open it up, and now as you're getting a thing in here, it's like it's like pitch black in here. Now that like you were able to see kind of just in front of you, but as you're kind of going deeper into the room, it gets even more dark. And I'll handle this, and kind of just opens up he looks and touches his staff, and then his staff begins to glow with a bright light. And as you're looking around, it is full of antiques. A lot of fancy pottery, a lot of fancy items and stuff like that. But towards something catches your eye in the back. And
Okay, I'm gonna go check it out.
okay. And
Slowly,
what it
carefully.
is, yeah, so as you're moving forward, there is a in the back there is a small little cistern that has a familiar symbol on it
Gasp.
of the Void Sun. And I guess it's up to you. It does have a top on it, but as you're kind of looking around, you notice that there are dark marks all around it, like something was dripping.
You said dripping?
Mm-hmm. Like
Oh.
at one point there was stuff dripping around it.
Yeah. I'm gonna call Dart over and show it to him. What do you think this is? Don't touch it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna touch it. um, that's that's the symbol that I've been seeing on the people's necks.
Mhm.
Well, obviously this is root of something. I don't know necessarily. He kind of he's like, I don't know what to necessarily do with it though.
I know. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to open it.
Let me see something real quick. Kind of takes a staff, throws it in front of him. It's like, well, that's definitely the sense of the powerful essence I was getting.
So, do you think this family started the whole thing?
Well, who knows if they started it on purpose? Because I mean, look at the tools that me and Jax have. Our fathers were interested in antiquities, and it looks like that family may have gotten the wrong one.
And someone
I
came in and killed them for it. Where
Yep,
did you find
or
this key? Like on her person?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
She had it hidden, and he kind of you see him physically blush.
Prison pocket.
But my guess is that just like our tools that, because the weird thing is that the hut, because if Orin did this, he was on his deathbed. So there was no way that he could overpower his family.
Right. So
I mean,
someone else came in and came looking
I
for
can
it.
try something. I'm not sure if it'll work, and the thing is that I would be tapped out if we do try it. It's the same thing I used to dismantle your friend's tent.
Go ahead and try it.
As soon as he said that, I randomly sensed this hinge of irritation
Serpent.
outside. Something just irritates me, and I don't know why.
All right. Well, no telling how this is gonna work, so I would suggest staying back.
I'm gonna
Okay.
back up.
Okay, sorry, I'm just reading the spell. All right. I guess I should roll this for everybody to see.
Bum bum bum.
Okay.
Oh no!
What does that
Oh
mean?
boy.
So,
It's a 4.
so as he sits there and kind of meditates for a second, points his staff out to the jar, and nothing happens. Well,
Loser.
Oh, that was great.
it appears that the strength is too much for this.
I wonder what I can do.
I mean, worst case, we can always try and smash it.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
Or, I mean, I can also try to open up the lid, see what's
Foreman's ears start
in it.
scratching or itching.
Want me to try to open it?
Sure. As Cyril slows, I back up even more.
Yeah, well, he starts backing up with you. And he brings out his familiar hand and opens it up. Sets the top to the side, and nothing happens.
I'm gonna kind of like nudge him. Go look at it.
Here, maybe he kind of looks. He sees a candle to the side. Picks up the candle with the hand, goes and dips it in. And he lifts it back up, and the uh the candle comes out, and there's a purple liquid dripping off the sides.
Do I know what that is? Can I do? I don't know.
Do a Arcana check, or yeah, or actually no. Are you proficient with religion?
No, I am proficient with Arcana though.
Okay, do a Arcana check.
Okay. 12.
Okay. While you're not necessarily familiar with this type of liquid, you know that sometimes, and based on your teachings, sometimes liquids are used to essentially turn mortals into servants of demons, or can be used to essentially possess a person.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll share that with Dart, and I'll say, I wonder if like they used this to brand all the people in the town, turn them into slaves.
But the brand is more of a burn mark, not necessarily a liquid, but Orin was sick, so it could be that this was used as. I would actually, because I've never seen that. What if that guy or the hooded figure came in posing as a doctor, gave him this medicine, the medicine cured him, but if anything, I think I need know
And
what
then
we
he
need
killed
to
his
do.
family.
And then he was chosen as the figurehead. Okay, well.
Oh my god.
seems like it's this hooded figure that seems to be behind everything.
Yes. We should go tell the others.
At this point,
Is
it's
there
gonna.
anything else in the room?
There is there's actually a bunch of storage containers, and there if you wanted to cycle through.
Yeah, I might rummage through them real quick.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Fuck him. Or actually, you don't necessarily need to do an investigation check, but so as you open up some, in these storage, you find them partially like half empty. Because but you find about through all the little storage containers, you find about 200 platinum.
Oh, nice. Take it.
And then as you're gonna do that, you kind of looks over. It's like, oh, so they did still have stuff after all. Father was sure that they were poor as hell, just trying to keep up appearances. And
Guess
then,
not.
but then he's gonna go over and tip the jar over,
Oh shit! Why?
so no one else can use it. As all the liquid starts to pour out, and the weird thing is that when the liquid pours out, it as soon as it touches the like the shelf that it was on, the liquid evaporates.
Okay.
So it seems that it had to be it had to stay in the jar. So, well, hopefully that'll prevent later issues.
Good thinking.
But then he turns to walk out. It's like, I guess have any fill of what you want in here. Apparently they're not going to need it anymore.
I'm just gonna take the money.
Okay, and then he actually stops to take a look at something real quick.
What are you looking at?
He kind of washed some dust out of the way and say, this looks familiar, doesn't it? And as you
What
kind
is
of
it?
peek over, do you go up to him or?
Yeah, I'll kind of look
Okay.
over his shoulder.
Okay, and as you look over, it's a glass container, and as he wipes off the dust, you see what you've actually seen quite often, except it's a rough cut of a fist-size amber that has a slit
Ooh.
in the middle.
Ooh. That's weird.
You know what? He's gonna flip over the container and take it.
Sure, go for it.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of research can be done to try and get this, figure out what all this shit is. So obviously they were involved in our stuff too.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
It's
I
all
think
connected.
we learned all we could here. Guess we better head out.
All right, let's go.
Yep. So he goes out, and as you leave, he actually goes and relocks the safe, but keeps the key on him.
Okay.
In case we get through all this, might be worth it to give people back some of their stuff.
Good thinking.
Yeah. So At this point, about 2 hours have passed, and make another perception check.
Me?
No, Jax.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
So about this time, you actually start hearing footsteps coming from the south.
I tap John and Tormund and Leopard.
I put away my rug and get ready.
Can we? Is there any place we can like slip
Take a
behind, or
defensive stance.
like get behind like a bush or something?
Yeah, there are some bushes and stuff that you can hide behind.
I'll get behind one, kind of wave the other ones over.
Okay. And so I guess everyone make a stealth check.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Me too, or no?
Oh
It's them
gosh.
outside.
Oh gosh.
It's okay. I'm.
And do I need to roll for Tormund?
We just did.
Okay.
Yes, I'm hidden.
Not
That's
that it
pretty
doesn't matter
typical.
for.
At least I'm
Leopard.
hidden, you know. I go to a different bush.
I hide behind a twig.
You stand behind one of those like tiny trees, and you're just like, huh.
Okay, let me check the rolls.
Just getting your turtle shell.
I thought about it. But
So, as y'all are going to hide, yeah, Tormund and Leopard decide for some reason, or I guess Tormund finds a brush to hide, but then Leopard decides to hide behind the same brush, and accidentally bumps into Tormund, so they both break the brush over.
Because he couldn't see him.
Yeah. But at this time, Needle and Dart arrive from the outside and see that Needle, you see them taking cover,
Okay.
and Dart goes, it's like, are we fighting or are we fleeing? I suggest fleeing.
I'm gonna go over to Jax. What do you think? What'd you hear? What's going on?
I heard. It was not them that I heard for feet, correct?
No, it was
Okay.
not. It was coming from the way that y'all came, like from the town center.
It sounded like somebody wasn't following us, but was coming up the same trail we came up earlier. I could hear them walking up here. Do I still hear it?
Yeah, you still hear it.
I can still hear them come. They're still coming. They're still coming. Does it sound like a lot or just like one or two people?
A lot.
It sounds like a whole. It sounds like the group is coming.
Okay,
Jax
we
will
better go
actually
then.
go up to the side, kind of lean over. Yeah. We may.
Are they still invisible?
They seem to be reactionary. What?
Are they still invisible? Ah!
No. But he looks over. And is like, yeah, we want to run. We want to run, and starts bolting towards the north.
I grab Leopard and just start going. Go 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 go!
where?
I follow Dart.
Blind.
Just follow me. I was grabbing him by his hand and start pulling.
So as y'all begin to run, y'all take a quick glance back of like, why was he so concerned about running?
Ooh.
You see, in the middle of town, the way you came, the entire street is filled with people headed this way.
Oh.
Zombies.
But they're not running.
Oh, okay. So they're Walking Dead zombies.
The horde!
But-
The horde!
But as soon as you start running, all of a sudden you see like a bunch of green dots in the distance from where there are, like in pairs of twos.
Eyeballs. From where we're running to?
Looking in your looking back.
Mm.
Okay, this music does not match. Fucking went into tavern music. But and all of a sudden those dots begin to move faster.
Wow, there's the World War Z zombies.
We gotta go. Gotta go. Dart, do you have somewhere we can hide quick?
Let's see. No, but I got a good place to be a distraction. And y'all begin running back across from the north to the east side. And hold up. Okay. And as y'all begin running, you start hearing those footsteps are now much louder and are getting much quicker. And he begins to walk over, or he begins to run over to a building, tells y'all to keep going towards the east. And as the hordes get closer, you see him shoot a light into the building, and then he begins to run with y'all. And as y'all keep running, all of a sudden you hear a large boom as a second explosive detonation happens, or as a first detonation. And he keeps running with you. I was like, that should distract him. Head out of town. Get to our hiding spot. And
Running.
as y'all are doing a dead sprint,
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Right?
y'all eventually make it to the outskirts of the forest. And hour later, you finally make it back to the den. The hidey hole.
Did Dart make it too?
Mm-hmm.
What did y'all...
Yeah, he was last in line.
How did they know we were there?
Okay. I don't know. We were really quiet. We didn't set anything off. We didn't see anybody in the house. I don't know.
Did y'all find anything?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll explain to them what we found, everything with the jar and all that. Dead bodies.
Dead bodies.
Oh, no.
Well, so it looks like the Vandel family may have been a victim of this as well. They were just the first.
So if it wasn't them, who...
So then the father would be the kingpin, though. He would be the... What is it? What's it called where a disease starts? Patient zero.
Patient
Patient
zero.
zero?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at least my theory.
It's not a bad one, but if it wasn't them, who else would have done this?
Only person that's still unaccounted for, the hooded figure. That person is the only oddity out of all of this that I still have no answers for.
The Iron Lord. Oh, wrong one.
The Iron Who?
Nothing. That was-
It's from a past life.
It was from this campaign, but it's not. It's
Yeah, yeah.
different person. Different person. Oh, we just ran into like a robot or two. You know,
A robot.
it's fine.
More about it. Anyway,
Lava hot.
Yes, it
But,
is.
I also found this, and he pulls out the uncut amber.
I grab it and look at it.
So apparently our family wasn't the only one connected somehow, unless this just happens to be a coincidence, which all these things are
There's no coincidence.
Yeah.
I think not.
Did y'all find any weapons or like that could possibly be more to the set?
No.
Not really, no.
They just like Father theorized about their wealth going down, or pretty much be on their last limb. They only had barely anything of their fortune left.
So they're doing worse than we thought.
Mm-hmm. And most of the antiquities that they had were all just like pottery and stuff, not like Father's obsession with ancient weaponry.
There's nothing that would connect these two. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I just thought the shape and the shape of it is just too similar to.
Could it have been
Figure grab it.
theirs, or could it have been placed there after?
I don't think,
I don't
it
think
could've been
so, because
placed
it
there.
was in a very secure place.
I mean, the fact that Mrs. Vandel died hiding the key.
Ew.
Or
Up her
grabbing
butt.
The key.
In her butt?
No, in her other place.
Her front
Oh,
butt?
shit. Her ears?
No, between her boobs.
Oh. Okay.
And you see him like clearly flustered over that. When he says that.
Did you look at her boobs?
But yeah, the amber is kind of.
He looked at her
I'm just
boobs.
It's too much of a
coast
coincidence.
over that.
He looked at her boobs.
But
So there's more to
Yeah,
these
so-
amber cat-eyed gems. I wonder if maybe there's a spot this gem fits into then. Because we each have one. I have mine in my sword. Yours is on your staff. Maybe this one fits into something.
Can we tell if it has any magic associated with it yet? Or is it just literally a stone?
John, do you mind checking this out?
yeah,
Sure.
I can check.
I handed it to John.
Okay.
Well, he still cast anyways. Just to spite his brother. No, but man, seeing that John's checking it, yeah, he holds back.
I'll use identify.
Okay. Let's see. Just make a note. Need to check something with identify real quick.
Oh,
If D&D Beyond will actually fucking work.
Rude.
There we go. So you do sense a magical presence about this item, but for some reason you're not able to grasp what the properties of it are. And as you try to like dig deeper, a familiar feeling happens.
I'm about to say, would John go deeper?
Uh-oh.
John might not have done that. Gone deeper.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as you start getting that familiar, dreaded feeling, you pull back instantly.
Do I?
I'm keeping an eye on him, and as soon
I
as
don't
I
know,
start
do you?
seeing,
No, I keep going. I must have all knowledge.
I'm still watching John because like last time I handed him something to look at, like he almost got sucked in. So I'm keeping an
Okay.
eye on him. If I suspect anything, I might just grab it out of his hand if I can.
Okay. Well, first, as he's going deeper, John, make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Great.
I believe in you.
I just did the first one. I rolled the second one out of spite.
Oh boy. One moment, please.
I rolled the second out of spite. Oh no! At least it wasn't a
What
one.
could it have been?
At least it wasn't a one.
Yeah. The suspense.
Gotta find the right fucking document for it. I didn't think this would happen.
I'm glad we keep you on your toes, Tyler.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
I just don't need John getting sucked into
Yeah.
another weapon.
Let's see.
No, that's not.
Oh, gosh.
There's no laughing.
No, I'm laughing because I rolled a percentile dice and it was 69.
Not because it was anything else. Just
Not because of
That's fair.
anything. It's just a funny number. Okay.
Nice.
So, John,
Mm-hmm.
you dig deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta dig a little
And-
deeper.
And what starts off as dread, as you say, fuck it, I'm going deeper.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, it's no longer dread. It's hatred.
Oh.
You begin to... Let me get the right thing. Get on there.
Oh.
You see in your mind just like or you get a feeling of growing hatred. Your mind is visualizing battles upon battles about battles. And as you're looking in, all of a sudden you find yourself in what was the site of a major battlefield. There's debris everywhere, swords, axes dug into the ground, bodies everywhere. The smell of rotting corpses as crows fly over. And as you look around, you see one person standing in the distance, completely surrounded by about 20 bodies.
Hmm?
And they're facing away from you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I'll walk towards him.
How you be a shit? Look at
Okay.
me.
You begin to walk towards them. And as you're walking, he turns around.
Hmm.
And
When he turns around, I'll stop.
okay. At first, he just turns his head and acknowledges that you're there. Then he turns his whole body. While he has a thick lining of hair and a deep amber color, the rest of his body is covered in blood. As in one hand, he holds a similar looking sword. The other hand, a recently found staff. And on his wrist, two bracers that besides them being covered in blood, have a nice silvery color to them, with two ambers in the middle. He looks down to you.
Greetings. My name is John Goblington. May I get your name, good sir?
He begins to walk towards you.
Not much of a talking type, are we, eh? You know, I've seen those weapons before that you're carrying. Are they a family heirloom?
He stops for a second. What do you know about these?
I don't know much. I've just seen them before. All I know is there's some sort of magical weapon.
As he kind of looks down at them and looks up to you. I would be careful if you know these weapons.
Yes, I know. I tried to touch one before and it didn't go very well.
And yet, now you find yourself here.
Yes, well, uh, what can I say? A thirst for knowledge brought me here.
Indeed.
Now, is there a way to get out of here, or do we just stand here talking?
No, there is one way. And he rushes at you and takes a stab at you.
No.
Okay. Uh, do I roll for initiative, or?
Nope. Okay, I need to make sure it is a general roll. 17 hit your armor class.
Yes.
Is this like all happening within like 1 second for us?
Yeah, so for y'all, he's just still staring into the gym.
How long has he been staring at it for?
It's still like 1 second. It
Okay,
has
cool.
not
I'm
been.
about to say, if it's been like
Yeah.
10 seconds, he's been doing nothing. I'm
Yeah,
slapping out of
I'll
his hand.
flash back in a second, but
Okay.
okay, so you take 13 piercing damage, or no, not 13. 18 piercing damage. Then an additional 24 necrotic damage.
I'm dead.
Jesus. Oh shit. Oh god.
And at that moment, all of a sudden, the world goes dark. The rest of y'all watch John drop the gem and fall over.
Whoa, John, you dropped the. What's going on? Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
I have a health potion.
I
Potion of
can
healing.
I'll use one of my healing spells on him, or we can do the gauntlet.
I was gonna say I have the gauntlet. Let me.
Gauntlet's probably better.
Yeah, because it's gonna not waste nothing for us.
Yeah, let's do that.
So
If it doesn't work, I can revivify, which brings them back to life.
perf. I'm going to. Let's see. I'm trying to see which one's the highest one, so I can just like do the most. I'll do a 4th level cure wounds on him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I heal him for 31.
Okay. As you go to heal him and cast the ore from the gauntlet,
Mm-hmm.
the magical effect dissipates as it hits his
Oh,
body.
shit.
With no
Oh, shit.
effect.
No effect.
Maybe we should revive this.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll really quickly cast Revivify. Catch him.
Do you have the required material components?
Oh shit.
Oh, where are they?
Oh no. Does anybody have diamonds?
We have a pearl.
I
Shoot.
have a fistful of pearls.
Hold on. Let me go through the inventory. I don't think we have any diamonds, but I'll check.
But one thing you do notice, the body is still breathing.
Oh.
Okay.
He's just unconscious. He's like in a coma.
All you know is that he fell over and his body is still breathing.
We have gold jewelry.
Wait, is he still breathing?
Yeah, then Revivify won't really help him.
Just
I have other healing spells. Let me
Just-
just read up.
Trying to think of what other. Oh. Greater healing? Does anybody have greater healing? Shit. I'm like going through all my inventory multiple times.
all I've got is a potion of healing.
Shoot. I have a potion of healing, but it's not gonna do anything. The magicite shard, that won't do anything. Shove it down his throat.
Would you guys say he's probably like undead?
I don't think he's undead, not yet.
Okay.
I think I don't know what he
Wait.
is.
You said the magicite shard. Did you actually try to reach for it?
Oh no, I was going through my things.
Okay.
No, I was just going through my. I was reading through.
Frantically, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I'm just like reading through my inventory, and I guess since the bag is like magical, so it's not like I'm like filing through it, but like it's kind of funny to imagine
You
that.
didn't have a file system.
No, I just throw it in
like
there.
Throwing
The
shit out
hammer.
everywhere.
This is why we lost the hammer the first time.
You have dust. Don't talk to me about my organization
Leave him
skills.
alone. He's just trying to find something to help John. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all just like screaming and panicking.
This is nobody's fault.
We did not go through the proper training. For
We
this.
This was not a good idea.
CPR, first aid.
Where's the AED? Who has the AED?
I have a little bag of sand.
That's not helpful.
I don't know what's gonna help.
So as all y'all are frantically, Dart takes a look at the.
Dart, why don't you freaking do something?
Is he still holding the dang ember? Or do we
No,
need to take
I've
out his
grabbed it.
hand?
I have
Yeah.
it. I grabbed it.
Okay.
Well, and and he points to the amber, and you see something odd in there.
John.
A little orb, just kind of floating around in there.
I shake it.
Is that his spirit?
I shake it like a snow globe.
God.
Wait. What happened when I died?
I pushed the orb to his forehead.
Nothing seems to happen.
Oh God.
Where's Froggy? Um, I. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and focus on the gem itself again, like I do with my sword, but on the gem this time.
Okay.
So I just close my eyes and I just focus
If
in on
this
it.
fails, I'm breaking the gym.
I've already started. It's before he says this.
No, this is Plan Z.
Okay. So as you try to focus it, once again you get a feeling of warmth. And you find yourself as you kind of, I guess the main question is, you get this feeling of warmth, do you dig deeper?
Yes.
Okay. So
While
as you
while I'm
kind of,
focusing on this, I'm holding tight onto my sword, like just holding it, like white knuckled, holding it.
so as you dig deeper, um, you open your eyes and find yourself in an oddly peaceful area. A wide open field full of wildflowers. And in the distance, you see 3 beings just lying out on the ground. You see an elven man with a sword, with a familiar-looking sword on his hilt, on his belt. A elven woman with a familiar-looking staff. Each one of them also having a bracer, a silver bracer, and the what appears to be a small child with them, actually being a familiar friend.
John?
Is this child goblin shaped?
Yeah, is this a
John?
goblin child?
Yep. John. So all of a
Yes.
sudden you blacked out, and then the
Uh-huh.
next thing you know, you
Uh-huh.
wake up and you're just laying in a field of flowers with
Oh.
2 people standing over you.
Is the child elven?
No.
No, the child is a
I-
goblin?
Yep.
The child is
The-
goblin flavored.
I guess I'll stand up and look around.
Okay. Well, it's like, as you stand up, they kind of both look to you and look to the distance. You see someone in the distance,
Uh-huh.
and the
John! John, is
the
that you?
the woman looks to you.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I would be careful the next time you try to dig into this matter. We were lucky this time. We were able to get to you beforehand. Next time may not be so lucky.
Thank you very much. My name's John Goblington. Could I get your name, Savior?
My name. One moment, let me find the proper thing. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going down this fucking rabbit hole.
John! Are those your
I didn't have
parents?
any of this shit pulled up.
As I recognize this John fellow, I am going towards it, I guess.
Child. Goblin.
Goblin child. It's so much stronger than I'm used to.
My name is Ellery.
Well, thank you very much, Elray. I'll try to be careful next time. Or
Yeah,
maybe
sorry.
it would be better if there isn't a next time. I should stay away from these weapons.
Yes. It seems that my brother has a great interest in your party member.
Your brother? Is that who stabbed me?
Yes.
Ah. Well, I guess I better go say hi to my friend. And thank you very much for your help. And I'll start walking towards. I'll do a little tip of my hat, and then I'll start walking over.
Before you go, your
Yes.
friend travels a dark path ahead of him. If you wish to know more, the name Razric the Betrayed.
Okay. Resrick.
For his hatred and sense of vengeance consumed him.
Yes, he wasn't
not-
a very pleasant fellow.
But his spirit lasts on. And your friend is following a very close path.
Well, I'll have to see what I can do.
Okay, and then she kind of nudges you on the back to kind of push you forward.
I'll
And
start walking.
and as you kind of get pushed forward, you look back.
Mhm.
Both of them are gone now.
Oh. You know, I don't think I got the other one's name. I'll just start walking off.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit? Jax, you actually see, you can't hear them, but you see that interaction between them, and then you blink, and then they're gone, and John is walking towards you.
Where'd your friends go?
I don't know. They just vanished after they said a couple things to me. Anyway, how do we get out of here?
I was gonna ask you that because you're an orb floating in the crystal thingy.
T-minus
Oh.
10 seconds till we smash the crystal.
Hey, this is all happening in 1 second. I guess I'll just grab John and like think
Maybe if I
about leaving.
visualize the outside, we could get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll grab John and kind of like do my like unfocus whenever I'm talking to my sword and I'm cutting it off and just grab him with it. Did my sword go with me?
No.
Ah! Oh shit! I dropped it. It's fine. It'll show up.
But as you begin to focus, like back on the world, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. And the same figure that was described to John before, the man in armor, completely blood-soaked, looks to you, sword in one hand, staff in the other, gives you a nod. Then you find yourself back.
I give him like the up nod. Hey.
Well, before you do that, you open your eyes, and when you all saw Jax take the orb and focus on it, he falls over, drops the orb,
Son of a bitch.
Okay, now I'm really freaking out.
and then about 2-3 seconds later, as
Right
both of
before I'm
them come
about to
back with
smash
a
it.
Stop! Don't you do it.
I'm just yelling at everyone. Do something, smash it, Sven! You figured out good go!
No, it's pretty in there.
So they're
Oh my
conscious right
God.
now, right?
yeah, they're conscious.
Okay, so I'm like 2 seconds away from smashing this, and I'm just like, oh, hi, I have a text.
Like foot over it.
I appreciate you saving me, and I appreciate what you're gonna do. But we're good. And I brought it.
thank
I
God.
look over to John. I think I brought John with me.
Yeah, and John, you came up at the same time.
I'm
Norman's
a
just
hero
drinking a beer
again.
in the corner. Just
Obvious, for sure.
It's like,
good.
oh, this shit again.
The hero Jack's Ava saves again. I just take the orb and I just kind of, we're gonna put you in here, and I put it in the bag. We're not gonna look at you for a minute.
I'm like spent.
It's
So,
really
so
pretty
stressed
in
out.
there. There's a lot of flowers. It's a field of
Oh.
flowers.
Talk to me about how pretty it is.
Do you go in there often?
No,
I
but it
was
was kind of
freaking the
relaxing.
fuck out.
And
I can
one
see
of the
why you
things
stayed.
one of the things you noticed, John,
Uh-huh.
is the first time you saw the field,
Uh-huh.
you noticed there were a lot of similarities, as if the second field that you were in was before the carnage.
Okay.
John,
think
I'm
it's-
so sorry that happened to you again. I didn't think that was going to happen this time. I am so sorry.
I was trying to ignore it before, but maybe we should have a conversation about these weapons. Does the name was it Razric the Betrayed mean anything to you?
What's it mean to you? Maybe.
Well, I was attacked by a man who I assume had that name, and I was told by that elf lady to watch out for him.
John,
a-
if you want to,
Uh-huh.
you do have the right conditions to do an insight check on him.
For sure.
Okay. I'll do an insight check then.
Am I deceiving him?
I don't know, are you?
I mean, I'm not going to flat out be like, oh yeah, my sword is
Cleopatra
named
pulls out
Razric.
popcorn and watches
Yep.
this conversation like, oh.
I've heard of the name.
Uh-huh.
Like Razric sounds familiar, but I don't know anything about like the Betrayed or anything like that. Like I never pay attention in history. But like, what about it?
Well, when I was in there, he was holding that sword you have as well as that staff, and he had two what were they, bracers, cuffs, rings that had
Yeah,
the
bracers.
that had those amber things in them. So I assume there's kind of I don't know, some kind of psychic connection between them, and he's somehow still alive in the weapons.
Huh. So we should probably
don't
bring
know.
them together to like save him.
I don't know if we should save him. He was not very gentlemanly. I tried to stir up a conversation, and he was pretty intent on killing me from the beginning. Perhaps we should take the sword and bury it somewhere where no one can find it.
Oh,
I like that idea.
I don't enjoy that idea. No, thank you. I will hold on to my sword. But I will. So wait. You said he didn't say anything to you, but how do you know what his name was? Like, did he not?
Well, he didn't
introduce
say
himself?
anything. That elf lady told me the name. Her name was you said Elroy?
So
Elry.
Elry.
It's ELRE.
Elry. Okay.
So
before you
one-
came, what's up?
So you were stabbed by a stranger,
Uh huh.
and then another stranger told you not to trust somebody, and we're
Gaslighting at its finest.
Yes, I mean, he was standing in a field of dead bodies, just soaked in blood. I'm pretty sure he killed all those people.
Did you see him kill those people?
I, I mean, I didn't witness it, but he was the only one there, and he's soaked in blood, weapons covered in blood.
I didn't
Holding a
kill my
head,
whole
I'm-
family or the town, and yet I was the only one left behind.
I-
Yeah, but you weren't
Listen,
covered in blood.
Yeah, I
you
was.
you should be careful with that sword. Is all I'm trying to say. They warned me that I it's just bad stuff.
I appreciate your warning.
Right.
I will heed it. But I will probably not be parting with my sword anytime soon.
I roll my eyes.
All right. Well, I'm starving. Who else wants to eat something?
I could eat.
Dark, I have some food back here. And as y'all,
So who was this woman you said you spoke with in like the nice peaceful land of flowers?
Did you see her? I think I saw you off in the distance while she was
Yeah, you were talking to her, and there's two people, like, and then there was you. And who were they?
Well, after I got stabbed, everything went black, and when I came to, I was in that field of flowers, and those two were there. I didn't get the other one's name, but her name was Elri, and she said the other person who stabbed me was her brother, Radric the Betrayed. That's all I really know.
yeah,
And
Razric.
Razric, sorry. What could the names? And then she said just to be careful.
But didn't she have the weapons as well? I saw her with a gauntlet as well as a staff.
You don't know that you mentioned it. She did.
Why so we trust one person with the weapons and not the other person? I mean, I get it. He stabbed you. I mean, hell, I get it.
Well, this might be a bit of intuition, but I felt I was seeing kind of like a before and after type of thing. Like the elf was before, and the bloody battlefield was after. Like, kind of hard to explain, but do you understand what I'm saying?
I no, I do understand what you're saying. Um, does the name Esri does that ring any bells to me?
Ellery?
Yeah, Ellery. Sorry.
No.
Well, does
Yes, you're always so suspicious of everybody. Why are you trying to defend this guy?
I mean, he stabbed me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not defending him. Not. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending the stabbing. You're just saying that my weapon's evil just because the dude who had it stabbed you. I haven't stabbed you before.
I don't think it's normal
Yet.
for when when somebody touches something to get sucked into an alternate dimension and almost killed. There's some sort of
Bad juju.
malicious intent.
But like, also on the fact that you got stabbed, yes. You do realize that that lady was trapping you in there. I went in there to get you out.
She
I
let
don't
him
think
go.
she trapped me in the slightest.
I mean, you weren't coming out. We were freaking out. We tried healing you. We tried a lot. You were just sitting there unconscious, breathing. So then I grabbed the orb. There was a little orb floating in there. We assumed it could possibly been you. And so I just focused on it, and that's when I went in there to get you. I understand you couldn't trust that the guy who stabbed you, but do you trust me enough that
I vote we break it all.
You're right. Maybe I was a little hasty, but you should still be careful with that sword.
I have always, ever since the first time you were sucked into that sword almost, you felt evil from it. I've been cautious about this sword. Don't worry.
All right.
Is it worth the risk? I mean, I understand it's a family heirloom and all that great stuff, but can we just get you another magic sword, Jax?
If we can find one I like as much, I might be open to the idea.
At that, when she asked you that,
He lies.
no, you don't verbally say this, but why does she have any concern for this? Is mine. This is my revenge. I am meant to use this to take revenge for my family. And nothing is going to stop me from doing that.
You're right. They're just jealous.
Is this visible on his face?
You don't.
No, but that's just when she says, "Let's just get you another sword." Those are the thoughts that
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
that fill your head, Jax.
Gotcha.
What do you think? What do you say?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the idea of getting a new sword. This was the only thing I had left in my family. Apparently, my brother's alive here, who also
Well, there you go.
has a staff. Are we taking his staff too?
I could break both.
That's a good point. We should get rid of them all.
Yeah.
I
I'm
say we
You
just
can
drop the
have
banner
each
for now.
other.
I'm good. I'm more concerned that you and I both saw some bracers of it. If there is something dark out there with these, do you want the last set with some rando, or should we collect those first before we do anything crazy and destroy, as Leopard wants? These may be the only things that we can use against. If those, we don't know what those bracers can do. And that woman that saved you and that man who saved you, they've each had a bracer.
I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
walk
like
up.
it.
I'm gonna walk up to Jax, and I want to look him in his face, and then I want to change forms to the grotesque leopard. And I'm just gonna be like, "You can keep your sword, but if you hurt one innocent life, the sword will not be the only thing broken."
I have never
Before
harmed
changing
an
back and
innocent.
walking away.
I have never hurt an innocent life. You've been with me almost the entire
No.
time.
That's just, I'm letting him keep it. But yeah, that's the.
Though if they would get in
Yeah.
my way, they would reach my sword.
I turned away also.
I'll change
I
back.
just throw my hands up.
And at this time, Dart comes out with some poorly made food.
Ugh, you never knew how to cook.
Y'all
Wait,
began
I'm
eating
starving.
and resting on the stressful events that just occurred. And maybe tomorrow more answers will be provided. And that's where we'll call the session.
I was ready to die